Vikings fans, who would have thought 2 months ago that RAP would be sitting here making a video about the Vikings playoff probability, man? Like, we're actually a playoff team, and not only are we just a playoff team, man, we're kind of in the driver's seat right now. Like, we literally control our destiny, man. I mean, things happened that needed to happen. Everything that had to go right just went right for the Minnesota Vikings, including us beating the Saints, beating the Falcons. I mean, the Panthers aren't a threat, but we did that. Now, the Bucs kind of do have that tiebreaker situation, but I don't see them doing anything. And I'm going to tell you right now, if the Vikings make the playoffs, we obviously want to play the winner out of the NFC South, because I think that game is absolutely winnable. See, it's one thing to make the dance, but as Vikings fans, we want to make sure that when we get in the dance, we left, right, let me see you do it, left. Do it, you know what I mean? We want to make sure we jigging in that thing, dog. We want to make sure that we play a team that we can smack, and we done already proved we can beat the Saints, we can beat the Falcons, and the Bucs. We should have won that damn game week 1. I was in the building in that game, and that was our game. You hear me? That was our game, and I think if we run it back with them today, we're winning that football game with Josh Dobbs at the helm. You hear me? But I went to one of these websites where you can kind of do the simulation, and it gives you your chances of making the playoffs. And as of Sunday, now this is after all the Sunday games were played, so it wasn't including Monday's game, which Monday the Broncos and Bills didn't really have any implications on us. But still yet, we had a 83% chance, okay? So I started looking at it. I'm like, you know what? I kind of like this little website, man. Let me mess with it a little bit more. All right. So I said the last 7 games. All right. The last 7 games of the Vikings season. I said, let me try to be as realistic as possible. So what did I do? I only had us winning 3 of the last 7. I had us beating the Broncos. I had us beating the Bears. I had us losing to the Raiders, Bengals, and Lions 3 in a row. I had us dropping 3 in a row. Like, this is worst case scenario where, it's the end of the season, and does it look like the Vikings are about to fall on their face and lose their opportunity to actually make the dance? So I had us losing them 3 in a row. Then I had us beating the Packers. And then I also had us losing to the Lions in the last week. And guess what the probability still was? 93%. Okay, now I know. There's there's like a ton of other factors that have to play into that. This team loses, this team wins, I know it's going to get down to that. But what I'm saying is our chances, regardless of how you slice the bread, our chances are up there. You feel me? Super high. And I'm loving it, man. Who would have ever thought, bruh? But the truth of the matter is, like I've said before, this team is just built with the right stuff. We are a playoff team now. And I love saying that as a Vikings fan, man, because when that Saturday wild card game come on, that Sunday wild card game, whatever, I want to be dripped in purple watching my squad. And I think we have a good chance, man, to win a playoff game. Not only just make it, I think we have a chance to win. All right. Now, when we get to the NFC Championship game, that's going to be our test. That's going to see if this team really has that grit, if we can make it there. All right. Because we know if it comes down to that, we're going to see the Cowboys, the Eagles, or, really Cowboys and Eagles and San Fran, if you want to say San Fran. San Fran has showed that they can be suspect, and obviously we already beat them. Beating a team like that twice in one season isn't the best probability there, but still yet, I think if it came down to it and we had to roll out there, man, we could still do our thing. You feel me? I think we could still do our thing, man. There's a chance, you make it that far, man. Kirk might be back, huh? Who? Hey. Kirk might be back. You feel me? So we'll have to see what happens, but the truth of the matter is this, man. The Vikings season has been so up and down, but it's been amazing watching this team, man, go through its lows, now come up to its highs. And we see the Broncos on Sunday night, man. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's a winnable game. All right. They played a sloppy game against the Bills, but the Bills aren't the Bills anymore, man. I'm looking at the Bills. I watched that game, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not worried about the Bills anymore. And yes, the Broncos, they've kind of strung up a couple wins, but I watch that team and I say, you know what? They are a beatable football team, just like all the other teams we beat. They are similar to the Saints. I think that we can go in there and really hit them off guard, start out fast, knock them down early, and they might try to crawl back. But what we need to learn from that situation is once we got them down on the ground, take your foot and put it on their neck. You hear me, KOC? Like, that's what we're trying to do. And this team has the capability of doing that. This team has a high-powered offense, even with Josh Dobbs. Some can argue that it's more high-powered now. And we're about to get 18 back. Let's go, man. On Sunday night, man, it's going to be, what Cam Bonnet, movie. Hey, you hear me? Hey, like, straight up, man. This team is ready to go, man. And the playoff prop of it, big shout out. You know, I had to make Kwesi the cover athlete, man. I had to make Kwesi the cover athlete, man. Like, just the job he's done so far this season. When this team had looked like it was about to just cash in and just say, you know what, let's talk about next season. This team came together, and a lot of that has to do with the man at the top. You hear me? The man at the top made some very strategic, intentional moves that made a huge difference. And believe it or not, the move we made yesterday, bringing Anthony Barr, I think it's a similar move. I think he's going to come in and show us that he belongs in purple. He's always been a Viking, and he needs to retire a Viking, to be honest with you. Like, even when Hicks comes back, just let Anthony Barr play another season or two if he wants to, man. Let him just end here, because him with Brian Flores, I could see it happening. We're gonna need him for at least a month, at least 5 weeks. Because I'm gonna tell you, Hicks they got him on IR. He's not coming back for at least 4 games, at least. All right, so hey, Anthony Barr's going to step in. I don't expect him to play Sunday, but I'm going to tell you, after that, it's game time. It's go time. You know what I mean? It's go time, man. If y'all know what number Anthony Barr's wearing, I think 55 is still available, but drop it down in the comments, man. I want to know what the boy Barr wearing. But yeah, man, let me know how you feel about the Vikings playoff probabilities, man. Listen, the Vikings going to the playoffs. Are you good with that? Do you think we actually are going to be able to compete once we get there? I do. I do, man. Drop a SKOL in the chat, man, or not the chat because we ain't live, but in the comments. You know what I mean, man. Drop a SKOL in the damn comments. You know, let's show some love to the Minnesota Vikings, man, our team that we love and adore. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer. Who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gonna do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.